day is joy forever. Good morning, dear teachers and students. Today in this session, we are going to have a quick recap on an unseen poem. How to read and understand an unseen poem. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Jivya Rajeshwari, working at ZPHS, Neredmed, Medchal district. So, children, today in this session, we shall have a quick recap on an unseen poem. That means how to read and understand an unseen poem. Your teachers might have given you ample practice of how to reveal secrets behind an unseen poem. That means how to read an unseen poem. Okay. So, in this session, we'll come to know what important areas we have to see when we read a poem and how to crack the questions, how to take the answers from the poem. Okay? Dear students, let us give a quick recap on how to understand and answer an unseen poem. When we read an unseen poem, first we should try to know who wrote the poem or who is writing the poem, what message is being given through the poem, the time period of the poem, the location or the place mentioned in the poem, if the poet is happy or sad. If the poet is happy, why is he happy? What is he trying to convey? If he is not happy, what made him to be sad? So these things we should try to understand when we first read any poem. Next, after thorough reading, we get to understand the main topic, issue, the problem or the main theme of the poem. See, when we read once, twice or when we give complete reading to the poem, we'll understand on what theme the poem is being written. Now, after understanding the main theme, we should try to identify in which mood or tone the poem is written. That means whether the poet is conveying a positive mood or a negative mood. So, whether it is a positive mood, how do we know about a positive mood? So, there are some words, some expressions which tell us whether the poet is trying to tell the poem in a positive mood or in a negative mood. Now you see here, happy, optimistic, joyful, jovial. There are certain words which show us the poem or the poet is very happy. Now, in the same way we have sad, pessimistic, bitter, scornful. So we should look for such expressions. Next, rhythm and punctuation will help us to understand the meaning of the poem. Punctuation means commas, full stops. Based on that, we should try to understand the poem. Generally, children, the questions are asked on tone or mood. Tone or mood means after identifying the specific expressions in the questions, we will be able to identify in which mood the poem is being written. Next, questions are also asked on literary devices. See, mainly we have to focus on 3 literary devices. Sometimes we may go to some other device also. But mainly our focus should be on 3 literary devices, that is simile, metaphor, personification. Children, in your class you might have had a very good practice of simile, metaphor and personifications. See, here I have some examples taken from internet. You can go through them. Okay. Now, see here, busy as a bee, sparkle like diamonds, hungry as a bear, flat as a pancake, hard as a rock. See what words are underlined here? As, like. What is simile here? Similes are comparisons between 2 words or 2 expressions using the words like and as. So, whenever you have like and as, you should say that or you should directly write it as a simile. See, busy as a bee, sparkle like diamonds, hungry as a bear, flat as a pancake, hard as a rock. So, as and like. Whenever you see as and like, children, you should write it as a simile. Now, metaphor. What are metaphors? Just, there is no big difference, children. Here in simile you use like and as to compare two expressions or two words. But in metaphors, the expressions are direct. That means the comparisons are direct. Now you see, the sun was a gleaming pearl. My baby brother is a cute little teddy bear. Baby brother is directly compared to teddy bear. My sister's memory is a camera that remembers everything we use. Okay, like that, when there are no words like and as to compare, you can call them metaphors. Now you see another important literary device, that is personification. Now, personification means to give human characteristic to a non-living or non-human thing. Now, the thunder roared in the evening. Roaring is a characteristic of a living thing. Now, we are assigning this nature to thunder. So, giving human characteristics to non-human things is personification. See here another example you have, leaves dancing across the hall. Here we are assigning dancing character to the graceful leaves. Now children, we got irony. What is irony here? This is also very important literary device. Sometimes questions are being asked. Now you see, water, water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Here we are surrounded by water in the ocean, but none of the water droplets are drinkable. Okay. Another example we have here, the directions were as clear as mud. When the directions are not clear, we cannot follow. Here, in an ironic way, they are saying the directions are not clear. Okay. Now, we see here, children, alliteration. Alliteration means consonants and vowels. We know about the consonants and vowels of alphabet. Okay. So, when a consonant sound is repeated in a sentence or in a poetic verse, it is called alliteration. In the same way, vowels, when vowels are repeated, it's called assonance. Okay, rarely the questions on alliteration and vowels, assonance are asked. Here, in this example, you see, children, the trees swayed shyly in the summer breeze. Here, the sound, the consonant sound yes is being repeated. The repetition of consonants or sounds of the beginning of two or more words in a line of poetry is alliteration, as it is given. In the same way, if vowel sounds are repeated, it becomes an assonance. Okay. Rarely the questions are asked on this. Assonance, the repetition of vowel sounds in words, particularly when the words are not rhyming. Okay. So, these vowel sounds are repeated in a word after word, like how you have examples here. See, twice in the highlight, take the bun and have fun, etc. Now, sometimes we may get questions on another literary device, not very important but nice to know. Okay, onomatopoeia. So the name is a little bit funny, but still the word is, the meaning is very easy to understand. It is a sound device in poem where a word sounds like what it means, like buzz, meow, means the word gives the sound. Okay, the same sound as the word. Children, let us see a beautiful poem based on motivation. Okay, see here. I have seen better days, but I have also seen worse. I don't have everything that I want, but I do have all I need. I woke up with some aches and pains, but I woke up. My life may not be perfect, but I'm blessed. So, this poem is conveying a beautiful message. We need not worry about what we don't have. We should highlight what we have. Okay, so when we do our best, we receive the best in the life. So, dear students, in this way, we have to give ample reading to the poem. When we understand the poem, we should identify the theme, we should identify the mood, we should identify the words which show the mood of the poem, and after thorough reading, we should go to the questions, and based on the questions, we should try to find the answers from the poem. It is a very easy question, children. Don't lose marks. You read them. When you read easily, you can score marks. Okay? Try to attempt. And one more important area in this poem understanding is inferential questions. That means if you were there in the place of the poet, what would you do? That means there, whatever you write, remember children, whatever you write, your opinion is valued. Your opinion is considered. Okay? Try to attempt all the questions. Do your best. All the best.